Devin Pike with the Dallas International Film Festival, and one of the intriguing narrative features here at the festival is Little Accidents, a film about a small coal town or coal mining community. It's already been rocked by tragedy, and they're in the teeth of another one. And how much can a small community like that take? The writer-director is here, Sara Colangelo. First off, Sara, thank you for bringing this film to the festival.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's a thrill to be here. I'm in Dallas for the first time.
Oh, the first time here?
Yeah.
We'll trade tips on where you have to eat before then, because it's, you know, if you do anything in Dallas, you have to eat it with something.
That's what I hear.
Talk a little bit about your approach to the material. Was a smaller community, a coal mine community, something that you had felt was ripe for this kind of a narrative treatment, or was there a specific incident that you looked at and said, that's something I want to base a script on?
Well, I had set a short film also called Little Accidents in a small factory town, and it dealt with a lot of the same thematic issues of sort of an accident happening in the past, and you're never seeing it on screen, but you're sort of experiencing its reverberations on the characters. So I was interested in that, and then it's true that there were a number of coal mine disasters that were happening in the late 2000s, and I knew nothing about that world, and it was just sort of fascinating to me. It really affected me emotionally when I was reading the stuff in the news. And I thought that, you know, a one-company town would be, as you said, a great dramatic opportunity to take advantage of. And I just started to go down to Appalachia, and I realized that there were just so many things there to explore.
When you're looking at the human spirit, and as any writer knows, there's a deep field of emotional range you can go after anybody, but how at some point do you start looking at your characters and going, how much more can I put them through, because they're your babies in the story?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think and I think I'm riding that. You know, hopefully I don't go past that point, but I did really want to in this piece make a real drama that you could kind of sink your teeth into. That was important for me as just a creative person, to see what my range was as well as a director. So a lot's going on, and there is a plot, and there's sort of corporate intrigue and tragic stuff, but I think there's also a human side where we're seeing all of the three main characters really cross socioeconomic lines and kind of cross into enemy territory to connect with one another. Yeah.
You've got a phenomenal cast here, but I wanted to talk about Elizabeth Banks, somebody who I've watched her career blossom over the last decade.
She's fabulous.
But is there anything that she can't do at this point? Because we've seen her do broad comedy and sitcoms, and just to see her make the transition into this, where she's just absolutely just, you cannot take your eyes off her in this piece.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, she's really wonderful, and she had read the script, and it was really surprising to me that she wanted to do it and sort of transition back into drama after having such a great, in a way, comedic career. But yeah, her roots are in drama, and I can feel that, when I work with her. She really, she's incredibly witty, and she has sort of a biting sense of humor, and she's fantastic in that sense, but she's also incredibly sensitive as an actress, and I think approached this in a way that really surprised me and really impressed me. Yeah, she's great.
Did you have? I mean, you shot in coal country.
Yeah.
So you've got that small town just basically surrounding you, and it informs the script to a certain extent. But was there a trust issue? Did you find at any point when you were doing the shoot where we wanted to be an accurate depiction of what life is like here in this town? Yeah,
I mean, I really didn't want to. It was a funny. It was a funny balance for me. I didn't want to make this too anthropological and have this kind of outsider view, but at the same time, I wanted this to have almost a pseudo-documentary feel, and really, me being, not from that world, I really wanted to make sure that I was doing it justice, and I wanted to be sensitive to the people that are from there, and that, go into coal mines for a living, But yeah, when we first kind of came to the small town where we shot, we were in Beckley, West Virginia, so the southern coal fields. A lot of people were nervous, and I think it's because, you know, a lot of documentaries, kind of critical documentaries, have kind of descended upon Appalachia, and I think it's also very easy to paint Appalachia in this sort of negative light or you know, hillbilly way, and I really wanted to make sure that we weren't doing that. And I was really open to the community in saying that that wasn't what this project was about, that this was a very human piece, and that it happened to be set here. And sure, it shows poverty, but it also shows kind of people that are in the higher echelons of the society.
It's not a judgmental thing, it's just that this is the reality of your surroundings.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you use any local actors for it, or was it all a professional cast? I was just curious.
We did use some non-actors. A lot of extras were from in and around Beckley. We used a lot of people from sort of the Pittsburgh area, Cincinnati, Kentucky. So we kind of took from a lot of that area, but West Virginians as well. Yeah.
I'm curious that with the experience of doing this film, I'm curious if you're actually interested now in delving more into it from a documentary perspective.
Yeah, you know, I have a documentary that I'm working on now, and I really do like to go back and forth. But yeah, absolutely. I think for my next project, I'm already kind of thinking about
Not that
that.
I'm trying to add things to your slate.
No, but it's good. But I've thought a lot about that, and you know, there's something about Little Accidents that is a little more classical, and it has this structure that's very classical, and I'm kind of interested in maybe the next film to sort of play it out in a style that's closer to my short film. That's a little more documentary in its style. Yeah.
I'm always curious when you have a film with very strong subject matter, stuff that sticks with you. How long did this project stick with you after you were at principal photography, where you almost have to shake it off to be able to function again as a filmmaker, especially in the edit process?
Yeah, I mean, once we wrapped, there was sort of no vacation. We were in the editing room immediately, trying to get ready for Sundance. So I haven't had a break until sort of now. Is you know, traveling with it. There's a little more space to think about. You know, what I'll do next. But it's funny, it's really hard to let go of characters too, and to kind of have a tabula rasa again and be like, okay, the slate's totally blank and I can do whatever I want now, and now I leave that story behind and those characters a little bit behind.
Is there one moment where you're sitting in the audience and you're sitting in the back just watching the film unfold? Is there one moment where you look at the audience and you say, if they react to this, then I know I've got them?
That's a good question. You know, for me, there are two moments that I guess are close to my heart. Maybe when I watch the film, when the two boys are on the swing set talking to each other, and you know, the older brother's kind of burying the secret, and you have James kind of just openly wanting to express, you know, how he feels about the coal mine accident and the loss of his dad. You know, that is a scene that I guess I love, and I hope everyone kind of, it resonates with everyone in the audience. And I would say, you know, I hope the scene, the last testimony scene with Amos, where he's finally has the courage to kind of speak out. You know, I would really hope that resonates with the audience as well, and that it moves them in a visceral way, not just sort of an intellectual way.
What are the plans post-festival run for Little Accidents?
We are kind of looking at a few options now with distribution, and I think we're very close. Can't make any announcements yet, but we're very close. And yeah, you know, I'm hoping for a theatrical release in a good number of cities, and you know, I hope the story gets out there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a powerful film. If you don't get the opportunity to watch it here at Dallas, why are you not here? Why are you not at the festival? You can check out all the information on the film at dallasfilm.org, where we like to keep track of our alumnus films. So, and I do hope people do get a chance to see this outside the festival circuit, because it's a really great film.
Oh,
Sarah.
thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing it to the
Yeah,
festival.
I'm really happy to be
appreciate it.
here.
Absolutely.